On July 8th, a sudden monsoon downpour unleashed over 6 inches of rain on Ruidoso, a mountain village nestled in southern New Mexico. Within 2 hours, the Rio Ruidoso swelled more than 20 feet, its highest crest on record, transforming winding forest creeks into a roaring wall of muddy water. Homes near the riverbank were engulfed. Entire vehicles floated off driveways. By mid-afternoon, 3 lives were lost: a father and his 2 young children, ages 4 and 7, found in a flooded SUV. Residents described a deafening roar as water smashed through their streets. "I felt my house shake," said longtime resident Maria Herrera, recalling the moment she and her neighbors raced to higher ground. Debris, trees, fencing, even small trailers hurtled downstream, forcing emergency crews to navigate a gauntlet of hazards. Within minutes, the New Mexico National Guard and volunteer firefighters launched swift water rescues. Boats and ATVs reached stranded families. Helicopters hovered overhead, winching people from rooftops. By evening, 85 survivors have been airlifted or boated to safety. As floodwaters receded, officials declared a state of emergency, mobilizing state and federal aid to search debris-choked canyons for missing residents. As water surged, first responders raced against time. The New Mexico Department of Public Safety deployed swift water teams by 3 p.m., sending 4 rescue boats into flooded streets. National Guard helicopters joined, using harnesses to lift stranded residents from porches and balconies. Sheriff's deputies and volunteer firefighters formed human chains in waist-deep water, guiding frightened families to dry land. Emergency medical teams treated hypothermia, broken limbs, and shock at triage centers set up in the town hall and school gymnasium. Local ranchers lent ATVs and horses to carry supplies over washed-out roads. Yet dangerous currents and floating debris made every approach perilous. "I've never seen water move this fast," said firefighter Jackson Lee as he helped unload a group of children. By nightfall, 72 people were safe, dozens were hospitalized, and search crews shifted focus to clearing debris fields. Drone teams equipped with thermal imaging combed riverbanks for anyone still missing. Utilities crews worked through the night to restore power and 911 contact in isolated areas. Despite the chaos, Ruidoso's rescue effort showcased local bravery and interagency coordination under extreme conditions. Experts attribute Ruidoso's extreme flooding to wildfire-scarred slopes. In 2024, the Bear Fire burned over 50,000 acres above the village, stripping soil of vegetation. Without plants to absorb rainfall, monsoon storms produce rapid runoff. Soil becomes hydrophobic after intense heat, acting like a slick roof, explained Dr. Elena Morales, hydrologist at the University of New Mexico. Monsoon rains that might once have percolated now funnel directly into canyons, turning modest streams into destructive torrents. Ruidoso, built along the confluence of several washes, became a natural catch basin. Infrastructure designed decades ago was overwhelmed. Bridges and culverts meant to channel normal flows offered no refuge from a 20-foot surge. Some residents argue for relocation from high-risk zones. Others push for retention basins and debris fences upstream. Governor Lujan Grisham's emergency declaration unlocked state and federal funds to reinforce critical structures and fund landscape restoration projects aimed at reducing future flood danger. In the days following the deluge, Ruidoso's community spirit emerged strongest. Dozens of shelters, hosted by churches, schools, and community centers, opened to displaced families. Volunteers distributed hot meals, blankets, and hygiene kits around the clock. The Red Cross and Salvation Army deployed crisis counselors to treat trauma and grief. Mayor Lynn Crawford praised local solidarity. "We lost homes, but not hope." Neighbors helped neighbors without hesitation. Nearby towns sent buses to evacuate residents. Youth groups organized online fundraisers, raising tens of thousands of dollars within hours. A ski resort offered lodge rooms for families awaiting boat pickups. Yet the flood's psychological toll is deep. Social workers report a surge in anxiety among children who witnessed water engulf their homes. Elderly residents faced challenges replacing mobility aids ruined in the flood. Meanwhile, insurance claims and rebuilding applications have overwhelmed county offices, prompting officials to streamline relief processes. As waters recede, Ruidoso faces tough choices on prevention. Governor Lujan Grisham announced a 90-day task force, engineers, hydrologists, emergency managers, and community leaders to overhaul flood defenses. Plans include reinforcing bridges, installing automated river gauges, and deploying additional sirens and cell alert towers. FEMA grants will fund up to 75% of costs. But experts stress landscape healing is critical. Dr. Morales recommends reforesting burn scars with native grasses and controlled burns to reduce fuel buildup. "Healthy vegetation soaks up rain," she said. Policy reforms, like elevating new foundations in risk zones and mandating flood drills, are under legislative review. Residents like Maria Herrera, whose home was destroyed, urge both urgency and compassion. "We need walls and trees," she said, "but also clear warnings when the next storm hits." Ruidoso's recovery hinges on balancing infrastructure upgrades with ecological restoration, an approach that could serve as a blueprint for wildfire-impacted communities across the Southwest.